Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and a very warm welcome to issue 32 of Building the Delorean from Back to the Future. This time we are fitting the battery box and the fuel tank. We're not actually plugging the battery box into anything. Have we actually got anything that lights up or anything yet? No, we have no lights or anything yet at all. We've got the back bumper, which has got spaces for lights in it, but no actual lights in it yet. Obviously, when the build is complete, the back lights are going to illuminate, the front lights are going to illuminate the door lights and things, and yeah, it's got stuff that's going to light up, so it needs some power. So that's being fitted to the fuel tank, which is quite a nice touch. I like that. So we're going to be fitting the battery box into the fuel tank, then fitting the fuel tank into the engine, into the chassis itself. Do a little bit of wiring, getting it ready to be plugged into something at some point, and that's that. Another quick build this week. But first of all, we're going to look at the greatest sequel ever told. The Back to the Future sequel. When they started writing it, they realised, wait a minute, we can do 2 sequels. So they did. It was one of the first films, I believe, that filmed 2 sequels sort of back to back and had it all planned for the 3 films when they were doing the second one, which is quite nice. There we go, 1888 Hill Valley. Yeah, not the sort of thing you expect to see very often, a DeLorean facing off against Indians. So yeah, save the clock tower. The clock tower is quite a big feature in the first couple of films, not so much in the third one, but there we go. Right, next time we're basically finishing off the fuel tank, putting the battery cover lid on there. Another very quick build. So that's that. I shall clear the bench, I'll get the car in, and we'll put this together. Well, I'd say we'll bring the car in. We won't yet, because we're going to be fitting the battery box to the fuel tank, which is, it's minimalistic, but that's probably about right. It's not something that I'm worrying about making look 100% authentic. It's going to be inside, covered up by everything anyway. So yeah. Let me get the wire unwrapped from around the battery box. It looks like it's 3 AAA size batteries in these. They seem to be using AAAs a lot more in these builds. They're obviously smaller than AA batteries, but do much the same job. They don't last as long, but that's not the important thing. Right, this is fitting in. It'll only go one way round because it's got the notch on one side over these things here. The wire needs to come out in that general direction, because once that's fitted down there, the switch is going to be inserted into there. I'll put that in there now, actually, Bob, before putting the screws in, just to make sure the wires aren't going to get trapped or anything. That goes down that far, and obviously you can switch that one way or the other. We're using FP screws to put this in place, with 3 of those. Not 4, 3. One of those will go back. So these are going, obviously, just in there to hold all of that together. One there, one there. Ooh, if I can get the screw to stay on the screwdriver, it's always useful. That one there. And the third one at the top. I'll get those all tightened down once I know that everything's where it should be. And good to me. The wires are free and easy, not getting trapped anywhere. I'm just going to route them all up through the top there, because I think that's probably where it needs to be. Actually coming out through the side on the picture there, but easy enough to get it to go wherever. On that one, and tightening down that one there. Let's move my bits out of the way. We will get that coming out the side there like what it should. I shall bring in the car. Once again, we're fitting this from, looks like we're fitting this from the top side, actually. Yeah, there we go. So let's get that way around. This is fitting in that way up, so you'll be able to get to change the batteries from the inside. And that is just slotting in there like that, like it was made to fit. It's quite impressive that the way these things just sort of fit together without even worrying about it. So we're going to be using 3 more FP screws to hold that in place. Now these will go in from the other side. So I do need to turn it over. Once I get that third screw out from that packet, let me do that back up, because the other bits we're needing are going to be fitted from this side. All right, I'm going to do that bit before I do this bit. I'm going to fit these 3 brackets in place, because why would I be turning it upside down, backwards and forwards all the time? That's in there quite securely. I'm not worried about that going anywhere. So we've got these 3 brackets with a pin and a hole. We're going to be using KM screws. Let me move those out the way there. These are really short little screws, quite nice actually. I quite like them. We're going to get 3 of those out. Leave that one for later. And we can see obviously 1, 2, and 3 are where these are going to go. Which way is which? It's got a screw hole there, so it's the wire's obviously going to go down there. The plug is going to go on the left side as I'm looking at it there, like that, and the screw will go through that side. Like that. Pretty sure no matter how much I tighten that down, yeah, there's plenty of room under there for the wire to move around. It is nice and easy. This one has the screw going in the other side. I'll get that one in, plug in closest to me. Wires underneath, and screw in there. Plugs come out, but that's not a problem. We can get that line back up again, no trouble at all. And once that's tightened down, that's not going to go anywhere. You'll see there is a little notch there for the wire, and indeed there for the wire as well. So it's not going to get trapped anywhere. And on this one, again, the screw is going in the far side. A bit like that. Pretty much just like that. So as I say, there's plenty of room for this to move around in there whenever we get this, wherever it goes. It seems a lot shorter on there. It's sort of just finishing here, but longer is always better. We can have that pulled up in that little cubby hole there if need be, so I'm not worried about that in the slightest. So let me get this turned over, and we'll get 3 of those in there. Is that going to fall? Probably not, but I'm going to support it just in case anyway, until I get 1 screw in to stop it from wobbling. So we've got 1 screw in the very front. Yep. Now that can't escape. And the other 2 obviously at the back. That's definitely not going anywhere now. And the 3rd one will make very, very sure of that. And then we'll get all them tightened down. And that will be that until next time, when we come back to put the cover in place over the top. So it looks like it's got a cover that's screwed in to cover everything else, and then a little removable hatch so you can get to and change the batteries when you want to. So that is that. So far so good. It's coming together. I like it when things start to fit and mold and work. So that's that. I shall see you very shortly for the next issue when we're going to be doing the battery cover. Other than that, thanks for watching. Stay safe. I shall see you very soon. Bye bye for now.